Dozens of European leaders have gathered here in the highly secure Danish capital, with more expected to join them on Thursday. Today, the EU 27 held an informal meeting for talks on Ukraine collective defense and the so-called drone wall, among other things. These Copenhagen talks came against a backdrop of recent airspace violations in the east of Europe, which Western countries are blaming on Russia, which is a charge Moscow denies. The past few weeks saw Estonia and Poland, both EU and NATO members, trigger urgent consultations with allies after Warsaw reported some 20 Russian drones violating its airspace, and Tallinn saying that 3 Russian MiG-31 fighter jets entered its airspace for 12 minutes. Just this last week, Denmark closed its airports after spotting unidentified drones flying nearby and over its military installations. The country said and called the incident a hybrid attack. Now, Copenhagen isn't taking any chances in this week when it's hosting 2 major summits. Anti-drone teams and equipment have been brought in from Germany, Sweden, and a few other allied countries, while Germany has sent an air defense frigate, which is docked here in Copenhagen right now and is helping survey the airspace. Now back to the talks at the Christiansborg Palace. They were set to see the leaders discuss ways and a roadmap on how to boost defense spending and industry by the end of this decade, and of course talk about Kyiv's accession to the European Union, among other things. Here's what we've heard after the talks.
I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the German Air Force and the German Navy for helping to ensure that this European Council meeting can take place safely. We will be discussing 2 major topics: the competitiveness of European industry and the excessive level of regulation in Europe. Unfortunately, we will also have to discuss the war against Ukraine again, and we want to try to take new steps, including with regard to the defense of this country. I am very pleased that the President will be here tomorrow and that we will have the opportunity to discuss in great detail our continued support for Ukraine in this war that Russia has been waging against this innocent country for 3.5 years now.
I hope that everybody recognizes now that there is a hybrid war, and one day it's Poland, the other day it's Denmark, and next week it will probably somewhere else that we see sabotage, or we see drones flying, or we see you can there are many different kind of episodes. So I see this from a European perspective. There is only one country that are willing to threat us, and it is Russia, and therefore we need a very strong answer back.
This is Russia testing Europe, and Europe's answer must be to ramp up different capabilities, air defense, drones and so on, by joint funding and joint procurement. Second one is that Russia's provocations and this kind of engagement won't weaken our support to Ukraine. Ukraine needs more in weaponry, assistance and money, and also we should use Russian frozen assets as much as possible for that.
The informal meeting of the EU 27 is set to be followed by the summit of the European political community on Thursday. 47 leaders were invited, including the Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev. All of them are set to discuss Europe's resilience, security, and its responses to current geopolitical challenges. We'll be sure to update you on that as well. But for now, from Copenhagen, for A News, Andi Mioč.